Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be giving my comments, opinions, and the results of TNA Impact Wrestling Genesis Edition, 26th of January 2017. And I know this used to be pay-per-view, but because it's on Impact and it's just a special edition of Impact, there will be no match ratings. Sorry, but that's reserved for pay-per-views and special events only, like the Open Fight Night won't get it. But if they did another thing on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, if it's not on the normal day, I'll give it match ratings. But let's move straight on. We see Bobby Lashley arriving at the arena for tonight's Big Iron match, followed by Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards arriving. That's alright. Then we go to the arena where Broken, Matt Hardy and Jeff come out to the ring. He goes, "Oh yes, it's truly a genesis for Impact Wrestling. The Hardys stand apart on top of wrestling the world and are still the tag team champions of the world. The duo to destinize the greatest tag team of all time and space is here, with an Nero fought valiantly to grab the green briefcase and has the opportunity to cash it in at Open Fight Night next week. It's quite lovely." He then asked Brother Nero if he has any information that he'd like to relay. And he goes, "Creatures! The Hardys are the tag team champions, but the Nero is number one. Maybe it's time for Jeff Nero Hardy, the charismatic enigma, to become the TNA World Champion again." He wanted to know what the 770s gave Matt any information. Matt said he had a premonition. He said, "Team after team and title after title, they've started a tag team revolution like they've never seen before. House Hardy had a wonderful picnic at the Lake of Recreation. The premonition becomes more clearer. I must revert to his Egyptian roots, becoming the king of the gold, and they must gain every piece of gold that there is." Then the DCT's music plays and the trio make their way out of the ring. Storm tells Matt that there's only one revolution that he has to worry about in the ring, and it's the form of the DCC. And next week, they can call out anyone because of their briefcase. But how about they show the Hardys tonight why they are the Death Crew Council? Then Decay make the way to the ring. Crazy Scene says, "Why not kill two birds with one stone? Let hell rain upon the Impact Zone. That they go to war and the last team standing can call themselves champs." The DCC is on board with that, and Matt says, "If these peasants want to interrupt us and challenge them, the battle must commence." The Hardys then clear out both DCC and the Decay. Then we have the match. Please tell me if you enjoy my Matt and Jeff, because that was pretty fun to do. Kingston hit an STO on Matt, but he kicked out. Then he goes to the top rope, but Stevie missed him. And then chaos ensued on the outside between Jeff and Storm. Matt hit the Twist of Fate on Kingston for the 1-2-3. And the Hardys retain in a pretty good match, to be fair. I did enjoy this. All teams were pretty good. Abyss is a bit weird now. What happened to Abyss? Please somebody tell me. But yeah, that was good. Then we go backstage. Drew says that he will let us know what is phase 2 of his plan, but it will be in the ring. He said the hint is, though, the Grand Championship will be defended tonight. That was alright. Drew Galloway's always constantly entertaining on the mic. I do like him. Then Braxton Sutter is in a restaurant with Lauren Van Ness. Sutter is not happy to be there. She forces them to take a selfie together. Then they call Sutter Party of Two. She said she liked the sound of that. Braxton pointed out that Sutter is his last name and there's two of them and that's how restaurants do things. She said he wants wine and he said he could use 10. That was pretty funny. They seem always pretty funny, and this definitely is showing more of a thing between like Maria and Laurel and Braxton. What's going on, I don't know, but it's pretty good. Then Josh Matthews has a sit-down interview with EC3. EC3 talks about the last year, about losing the title and getting hurt, and he said that he's mentally drained and physically broken because of what's happened. Josh asked if he'll go away for a while. He said no, not until someone makes me go away. JC got it wrong. My resurrection's not going to be about spreading peace. It's going to be about getting retribution and having the gold shine in my face. Or something like that. It was a pretty good interview. EC3 looks really good. I do like EC3. Then we go to Drew Galloway making his way to the ring. He said that what he has done has just been good for the company. He said he is the personification of pro wrestling, our chosen one. He then asked, who wants a shot at the champ? Moose! His music hits. He comes out with the mic and says he's going to walk down that ramp, get into the ring, get everyone chanting his name, and then beat the living hell out of Drew to get his title back. I enjoyed that promo, to be fair. Both guys are good. Moose is quite entertaining. I have watched him wrestle live. Yeah, I think this was when I was at WCPW. I think so. Then we have Moose versus Drew Galloway for the Grand Championship. Round 1. Finish kind of up, and Moose pops Drew over with a snap suplex on the floor, then powerbombs Drew onto the ring apron. Look painful. Clock runs down, and we go to the judges. All the score is literally a perfect 10 for every judge for Moose. To be fair, he did dominate that round, and it was pretty good. And then round 2, we see a replay of Drew kick Moose low, and then he fell to the mat. Referee briefly stopped the match to check on Moose. We think they took Drew a point for that one, but the referee never made a whole statement of going down, take a point away from Drew kind of thing. He hit the Claymore, goes for a cover, but Moose gets out at 2, just like he did to win it. Moose shoves Drew off and he crashes into the referee. Drew kicks Moose low again while the referee is recovering and hits a future sock DDT for the win. It was really good. Both guys are great. I do enjoy this Grand Championship. It's a bit weird with the MMA kind of thing, but let's just move on. It's pretty good. Then we go back to Laurel and Braxton's date. He is hating it. You can tell by the look on his face. Laurel talks about how stupid Ellie is, and she says she forgives Braxton for taking her side and training her because she knows it will never happen again. And then Braxton just drinks right out of the bottle of wine while she talks and talks and talks. It was good. Then we have the Monsters Ball match. Probably one of the best matches of the night. Jade versus Rosemary. I've decided to do spots for this because these women were so good and this match was so deadly. I give both women credit in this match. Good job. Obviously, Rosemary is walking down to the ring. Jade just suicide dives onto her to start the match. First spot, Rosemary goes under and gets a bag of tacks, spread them in the ring. She sets up for a suplex on the tack, but Jade blocks it and responds with a drop kick and a can into the corner. She then sets up a trash can to go for a coast to coast, but Jade tosses a trash can at her and then suplexes her onto the tacks. Youch! It looked painful, and then she only gets a 2 count off that. Rosemary then goes for the miss, but it's blocked with the trash can lid. Very smart, actually. Then Jade tosses the lid at Rosemary, then kicks her in the head, and he gets a 2 count. Rosemary goes outside to get the Abyss Classic board with barbed wire. You can really tell she works with Abyss. She gets Jade into the fireman's carry, whatever her move is, but Jade fires out and STOs her onto the barbed wire. Wow, it looked very painful, and then she only gets a 2 count again. Jade puts the board on Rosemary, barbed wire down, then hits a moonsault onto it and hits into her face. She takes too long to cover herself, so she goes for the table instead. Rosemary sets up the table. Jade goes to the top rope. Rosemary gets off the table and knocks Jade down. The two are fighting on the top. The champ steps up for a superplex and then superplex her straight through the table. 1, 2, 3. Rosemary retains. My God, them spots looked very bad. Credit to both women. Then Gail Kidd comes out to check on Jade as Rosemary celebrates with the title, and Rosemary sees her, slithers back into the ring and hits Mist in Gail's face, which was a nice little touch onto that match, bringing a feud for them two. I do like it. Then we go back to the date with Braxton and Laurel. She said this is the second best date next to the doctor or lawyer or whatever. He was rich. She invites him back to her place or his place, but she said her place was better or nicer. He said he's going to go get the check. As he leaves, she calls Maria to tell how great things are going and how she always gets what she wants. And for right now, anyway, that's Braxton Sutter. Again, really good. We didn't see any more after this. Did he just walk out the restaurant and leave her to pay the bill? That would have been pretty funny. I really hope that happened. Then we get a video package for Collab Coloni, one of the people in the X Division match next. It was alright. Then the X Division match, we had DJ Z versus Andrew Evett versus Trevor Lee versus Marshy Rocket versus Kabali Colonial, whatever his name is, for the X Division title. It's all the same. It's same stuff, different week, all flippy stuff. It was alright. They had a bit of a back and forth. Everett hit a huge springboard shooting star press. As soon as he hit that, DJZ hit the ZDT immediately for the 1-2-3. That spot was nice, actually. I did enjoy that. And then after the match, Trevor Lee jumps DJZ from behind. Helms tosses a couple of chairs into the ring. Lee puts the chair round DJZ's ankle. Helms holds him down, and then he just whacks the ankle over and over again with the other one, destroying DJZ's ankle. I did like this. It made Trevor Lee look massively heel. I didn't know Gregory Helms was in TNA, so nice to see him. Then we see David Richards backstage giving Eddie a pep talk and say they're going to go out there and do it tonight, and they're going to do the Wolf Nation proud. But Eddie cuts him off and says he needs to do this by himself and prove to Lashley that he can do it without any BS. Davey looks sad and said he understands, and Eddie's the champ. He then tells him to go and do it. Eddie leaves and Davey looks resentful. Really glad they're building up this feud. I really want to see it, to be honest. Then backstage, Matt is talking about Open Fight Night and who he can challenge. Varg 1 shows impossible outcomes. It's the World Championship that intrigues Jeff the most. But then Broken Matt has a premonition. He sees who Brother Nero will challenge next week. But the segment ends before we actually find out. So I'm very interested. Then we go to our main event of the evening. The 30-minute Iron Man match for the World Championship. Eddie Edwards versus Bobby Lashley. For the first 9 minutes there weren't any covers. Then we see Eddie escape a power slam attempt but runs right to a spear. Lashley covers Eddie for the 3 count. 1-0 Lashley. They start again. Eddie charges but Lashley catches him with an overhead T-bone suplex to the floor. My God, that spot looked mental. Eddie seemed to bang his knee up, but Lashley goes for the kill and drags Eddie to the ramp, shoves gum in his face and power bombs him onto the ramp. Lashley heads into the ring and the referee counts him out. And then it's a 2. Then Lashley, for some reason, when Eddie was at like 8, went outside and hit him when he could have got another count out of him. But anyway, Eddie hits a series of jawbreakers on Lashley, then a German suplex out of his shoes. Lashley sets up for another spear. Eddie moves to send Lashley into an exposed turnbuckle that Lashley had done while the referee was checking on Eddie. And then rolls him up for 3. That's 2-1 to Lashley. Lashley doesn't let up on the pressure for a moment, going after Eddie and going for a German suplex on the ramp. Eddie lands on his feet, knocks Lashley out with the Boston Knee Party. Eddie crawls back in the ring. Lashley just barely beats the count. Lashley immediately hot shots Eddie on the top rope, pops him for a vertical suplex. Eddie comes to the back and hits another Boston Knee Party to tie it up, 2-2. Then this will be the 5th count. Eddie goes to the top for a Frankensteiner. Lashley catches him with a powerbomb and then goes for the Anaconda Vise, and Eddie tapped, 3-2. And the finish for the final thing, Lashley goes for a spin connects, but Eddie catches him with a front guillotine choke. Lashley tries to hang on and then rolling around for about 40 seconds. Lashley couldn't get out. The referee checks the arm, and just as he was doing the 3rd one, the time ran out. Eddie couldn't get the last fall. Your winner, a new TNA World Champion, Bobby Lashley. He is now a 4-time TNA World Champion, and he did it totally by the book. Eddie couldn't believe he lost, but Lashley is now again the champion. The finish was great, I'm going to be honest. I did enjoy that. Hopefully they can have one more match with Eddie saying, I had you beat. So yeah, that could be pretty good, but that was a hell of a special show. I'm going to be honest, I really enjoyed that show. If I had to give every match ratings, I think nothing would be lower 7, because they were all generally good matches, to be honest. Good job, TNA. That has definitely got me away to keep intrigued in this. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give me a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later.